20 years has been to give back to the community. Not only to Region 14, but I've been involved in both PAC 54 and Troop 480 and St. Teresa's Church. I began my volunteer experience in Region 14 as a classroom volunteer and quickly added PTO member. Back then, it was important to me to volunteer in my child's school because I wanted my children to know that I cared about and supported their school and their education. I wanted them to love going to school and to feel like it was their place. After a while, I became a PTO board member, followed by PTO president. I volunteered in all aspects of Region 14. I didn't just walk in one day and say, I'd like to volunteer. I was on the Centennial Committee at Mitchell School. I was on several administrative search committees and the World Languages Committee. I attended board meetings regularly as a community member. 6 years ago, I made the next logical step, which was to run for the Board of Education, and I have now served 2 terms. I think the children are the greatest resource that this community has. They're our future. It is in our best interest to provide them with the best education possible. I am committed to the children and to what is best for them. We need to be preparing children for the global environment in which they will one day be employed. The competition for colleges, graduate school programs, and jobs is fierce. I believe that quality administrators, teachers, and curriculum are essential to quality education. Over the past 6 years, we have made significant progress in this area. We now have an accomplished superintendent and exceptional business manager who have attracted a remarkable administrative team. They are working every day to improve teaching and instruction in the classroom. Region 14 now has all-day kindergarten and new curriculum in many areas, as well as common planning periods for teachers. I am committed to moving Region 14 forward from competence to excellence. I believe that children learn from their experiences and draw from their prior knowledge. I think it is important that we offer a wide range of after-school activities to students because I believe there are valuable lessons that are learned in after-school sports and clubs. This is especially important in the high school years when students are preparing resumes for college and their future. This past year, actually over the past 2 years, we've invited 38% of the parents to coffees with the superintendent. And we set them up at the different schools. We have them multiple times during the year. And we've had a fairly good turnout, and we've learned lots of things from those parents. They've come with suggestions. We've had a real exchange of ideas. One of the ideas that came out of a parent coffee was parents are talking about from Mitchell School to the middle school, there's a transition issue. They don't know how to use a planner when they get to the middle school. So one of the things that we did was we bought planners. So now 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, they're taught how to use a planner so that when they get to the middle school, they're already prepared. And when they're changing from class to class, they have experience in using a planner. I'm very aware of the financial burden that the school district has in our communities. The region is working hard to deliver fair, reasonable budgets that enable the district to keep moving forward. And it's true, the enrollment in our district has declined over the past 3 years, but it is also true that we've added positions. We've added positions like math coaches and literacy specialists, positions that we never had before 3 years ago. And when we engaged the community to create a needs report of what we needed in the district, and we compared it to other districts, we found that one of the parents that wrote the, well, we had actually several committees of parents that were working on different topics, and community members, as well as educators and board members, and we found that we were clearly lacking in having administrators that model behavior, or staff members, because they're not really administrators, they're in the teachers' bargaining unit, but we found that we were missing those people that could teach teachers how to differentiate math, or how to differentiate reading. And so as we saw our enrollment declining, we were able to add those positions that we had never been able to add before. And as a result, the quality of the education that we're delivering has improved. I am proud of what has been achieved in Region 14 over the past 6 years, and I look forward to continue building our future to the betterment of our students, faculty, and community members. The Board of Education election is on Thursday, June 3rd. please come out and vote, and I thank you all for coming.
Okay, I have a prepared statement, but I too go back to having young children at one time and being involved in all of the parental things that you should be involved with, Little League, Boy Scouts. So all those things I do have experience with, but I'll read my statement. Thank you for the opportunity of being here to explain my decision as a candidate for the Board of Education. Many of you know me, some don't. I am Chuck Hauser, Sr. I've lived in Woodbury for 46 years. Like many residents, I am retired and concerned about my finances. There are 3 core characteristics that make me the right candidate: principle, passion, and prudence. My core principles can be summed up in ensuring that the next generation receives a quality education delivered within the limits of the next taxpayer's pocketbook. There's a fine balance that isn't achieved through grandstanding and glib phrases. My principles include pushing for the end of teacher tenure, a move to performance-based compensation, otherwise known as merit pay, and a continued focus on operational efficiencies to keep our tax rate going down, like we did this year and have been since the past 6 years. My passion is not displayed in a fiery single-issue speech, but in relentlessly pushing, often behind the scenes, for that balance between educational quality and cost efficiencies. For example, being responsible for bringing line-item budgeting to the district. One reason why I was endorsed by previous 2 first selectmen and some members of the Board of Finance. My passion includes standing up for what is right. Some point to the reconfiguration litigation appeal as being poorly spent money. They are wrong. It is money well spent. Reconfiguration is good for the vast majority of students, allows for better teaching practices, and saves money. That's why I voted for it. I'm willing to spend a little money to save money. May I remind you that the State Central Republican Committee originally lost its suit against Secretary of State's Vicevich, who was trying to run for Attorney General. Despite losing, the committee appealed, and they won. They stood up for what they believed was right, and I'm doing the same thing as the board is doing. It is the best for the region, and it is best for the taxpayer. Finally, my prudence is an asset. Some love to point to the teacher's contract increase as an easy way to save money. The fact is, the collective bargaining and mandatory arbitration constraints we operate under make aggressive assaults on teachers' pay a fool's errand. Arbitrators will simply mandate you pay at the increased rate. We end up spending a lot of money and getting stuck with an increase on the top. Learn to use negotiations to negotiate toward the low end of the prevailing increases, and then take money back in release time and other things. Benefits, medical co-pays. Not as exactly exciting as calling for a 0% increase, but the prudence ends up keeping more money in the taxpayer's pocket than fruitless and expensive grandstanding that results in large pay increases and no offset savings. In summary, I offer the citizens principles, quiet passion, and prudent judgment in responding to all citizens of Woodbury and Bethlehem, including the silent majority, with the goal of having good schools and a lower tax rate. I respectfully ask for your vote on June 3rd.
Thank you all. I appreciate you coming and addressing everyone that's here tonight. Now, as I said, what we're going to do is we're going to break up. Now, there's coffee, tea, cake, and wine. We've set up an informal atmosphere so that you can talk one-on-one with the candidates. We're going to be here a little bit longer than I had thought. We're going to be here until well after 8. So please, the candidates, work the room is the expression, guys. Visit with people, talk, and utilize this forum the way the town committee intended. Thank you very much.